In this video, I'm at Sammy Baker State Park, and I'll spend 3 days exploring Mudlick Mountain and sleep in a stone shelter. Hello there, home for the night. I love these stone shelters. I had so much fun. Last time I was here, I had to come back. So I'm going to tidy up the shelter a bit, get everything set up for the night, and show you around. Although if you've been watching my videos for a bit, you've seen this spot before. It's beautiful. There we go. I brought out the 30-degree quilt this time. We're supposed to get, within a couple of degrees of that, just above freezing, I think, tonight and tomorrow. There'll be a 40-degree difference between today and tonight. Love this time of year. So this is pretty much it. I've got some extra clothes for tonight, my cook kit, all my food, and just some electronics and a first aid kit. And really that's it. So I always forget something on a trip or make a mistake of some kind. Just, being, I don't know, not thorough enough, I guess. So I brought my Nikon, which always has the telephoto lens on it. And I could have had some great shots of little waterfalls and like ripples in the creek and all that. But I went to use it and it's got my wide angle lens on it, which I'm using the action camera now, and that's a wide angle lens, so it's kind of redundant. I'll carry this around for the next couple of days, but I'm not going to use it. I almost forgot. I did bring a chair, so I could sit here. I think the sun sets behind this shelter, but it rises over here. So I'll sit here and enjoy the sunrise in the morning with breakfast and coffee, but I'll still enjoy the evening here. And of course I brought some cigars. My beverages are coffee in the morning and bone broth at night. Just getting over being sick, and last weekend I was just in bed for like 3 days, 4 days. I was a mess. And everybody I work with is sick too. It's been like a rough 2 weeks for everybody at work. Oh, and then, of course, my daughter, my wife. I mean, you know how it spreads. Thought I was going to get lucky this winter, but it got me anyway. What a beautiful place. I can even hear the rapids in the creek below the bluff. It's going to be a great evening. Let's take a look at the map. I'm parked here at this trailhead. We came in on this blue shut-ins trail up to the first of 3 stone shelters. And then that's where we'll spend the night. Then tomorrow we'll go by the other 2 stone shelters, and this will be on the Mudlick Trail. And we'll go up on this yellow trail to the fire tower at the top of the mountain. So we'll ascend from about halfway up to the top of the mountain tomorrow. Then we're going to descend all the way down to Big Creek and check out this backpack campsite, number 1. In the wintertime, I think it's October 1st through May 15th, you can camp in the stone shelters. But on the Mudlick Trail, you can disperse camp as well, or camp back here. And I may spend the night there tomorrow night. I'm not sure yet. And then we'll come back on the Mudlick Trail, tomorrow, buy all of this. It looks like it would be nice to spend the night there. I just want to see what the site looks like first. And if I don't like it, we'll just come on back up and stay in one of these 3 shelters. The one we're at tonight is the only one with a view. Well, it's early still. I think it's around 4:15, so I thought I'd just enjoy this afternoon, evening time with a cigar, charge my phone, drink some water. I'm purposely dehydrated. It was a 2.5 to 3 hour drive to get down here, and it's mostly in the middle of nowhere once I leave St. Louis, so there's no place to really pull over and have a pee stop, if you know what I mean. So I just got as dehydrated as I could this morning for the drive. It's time to hydrate now. Kick back, just relax. Tonight's dinner, chicken tikka masala. Jackie had this and said it was so good. She bought another one and got one for me. I'm excited to try this. She's right. Man, that is packed with flavor. All right, I'm going to dig in. Well, I love being outdoors in the wintertime, especially when the weather is rather mild like it is right now. I was the only car at the trailhead. In fact, I didn't see anybody in the whole park. Got the whole place to myself. And, you know, wintertime's quiet, peaceful. I've heard a few owls tonight, and that's been about it, really. And then I can hear the water below and the creek below. Beautiful evening. All right, I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight. See you in the morning. Creamy peaches and oats for breakfast. Man, these meals are really knocking it out of the park on this trip. I'm gonna finish breakfast, pack up, and then we'll go to the top of the mountain. Well, these other 2 shelters both need new roofs. I can't imagine the Park Service is going to just let them go. These are historic buildings. Of course, a tree got this one right here. There's a big tree. All right, so from this 3rd shelter, we're going to get a couple of splits. This is the orange, the Mudlick hike-only trail. That's the only trail that you can backcountry camp on. And that's what we've been on the whole morning so far. From here, this is the Mudlick Equestrian Trail. It's 16.3 miles, right in that area. So what I was going to do, what I showed you on the map last night, was hike from here on this trail up to the top of the mountain with the fire tower, come back to here, and then go down this trail to Big Creek. What I'm going to do instead, and I'll show you on the map later, probably this afternoon or evening, is we'll go up to the top of the mountain here on the Equestrian Trail, come back to this point, then we're going to follow the Equestrian Trail kind of down the side, like halfway down the mountain, 4 ways, down to Big Creek. And at that point where we go down to Big Creek, we'll jump on this Mudlick Trail, hike-only trail, and then we'll do a loop, come back to this point, and then on back to. So this morning, I'm looking at that beautiful mist-filled valley, and I'm thinking of all the reasons why I don't want to camp near water or at the bottom of a valley. So instead of camping, I was going to cowboy camp at Big Creek, but I would be freezing cold and soaking wet if I did that, and it would be miserable. So what I'm going to do now that I've seen all 3 shelters is do all the hiking I just told you about today, and then back to shelter number 1 where we spent the night last night. That shelter's in really good shape. So I really didn't expect a mountain that's this low in elevation to have any false summits. But so far I'm on my second, and way off in the distance I can see the third, and it's quite a bit higher in elevation than I am right now. It's kind of deceiving. I thought it was going to be a cakewalk, but I was wrong. I could see it. I see the fire tower. Yay! Yay! Well, we can't go up in the tower. It's locked, gated off. This is an active communications tower during fire season. I'm fairly certain it communicates with at least the Coldwater Tower and the Tomsock Tower. I'm not sure how many more are out here in this area. It's a good opportunity to take a break, strip off a layer, and drink some water, and just enjoy this beautiful morning at the top of a mountain. They could park maybe 6 vehicles here, so it must get quite active during fire season. Okay, so let's take another look at the map. We spent the night in Shelter 1 last night, went up that Shut-ins trail, got on the hike-only Mudlick Trail, jumped onto the Equestrian Trail, and we're now at the fire tower. So what we'll do is go back to Shelter 3, and then we'll take this Equestrian Trail back to the hike-only trail. And I want to do this for 2 reasons. One, it gives me some new ground to walk on, and it goes through Mudlick Hollow. Most of what I'm doing today, I've never done before. I've really never been in this area. I think once with Jackie ages ago, and then once to Shelter 1. So we'll do this, go on down to check out Backpack Camp 1 and get water at Big Creek. We'll come back up this way, go by the shelters, and spend the night at shelter number 1. Yeah, it looks like a good day. I don't know how many miles it is, but it's not bad. Well, this is an interesting experience. I've been on this equestrian trail for a long time since passing that first cutoff for the hiker trail. I'm looking for the second one. The equestrian trail is over 16 miles long, and it feels like it's going away from Big Creek. I need to find that second hiker trail junction and then head straight down, it looks like, anyway, to Big Creek. I don't have a GPS map. I just don't have anything that has that capability right now. Still, after all these years, you'd think I'd do that. I did download Avenza for Savage Golf, but they don't have anything here. So I'm going to give it a little bit more. It's just that sort of gut feeling you get when you think you've missed it and you've gone too far that I'm experiencing right now. It's all back uphill, so I'm definitely gonna keep going downhill for a bit more before I turn around. But if I have to, I'm eventually gonna have to turn around and work my way back to where that third shelter was, close to it, and then go down on the other piece of the hiker trail. Yeah, it's all part of the adventure. All right, so we're at the valley bottom with a feeder stream down to Big Creek, and this is it. Looking on the map, it was before this stream a little ways. Now, I mean, I can't tell on the map because it doesn't have like mile markings or anything like that, but it does have contour lines. And so anyway, the equestrian trail, once you cross the stream, goes this way, and it's blazed in orange going this way. That should take us to Big Creek. I am going to get water here though, because I learned last year that when you have the opportunity, get it, because you can't always count on it being farther down the trail. And we may not get access to Big Creek, even though on the map it looks like there's a potential. So I'll get some water out of here, and then hopefully we make it down to backpack camp number 1 at Big Creek. Another thing I forgot that would be useful, a trekking pole. I had to use my trekking pole, my tripod to get through the middle part of that. No trekking poles. That was sketchy. I'm assuming this is backpack site number 1. It's not marked, but there's lots of flat ground. Big Creek is just over there with the little spur trail. Yeah, this wouldn't be a bad spot to camp, except for the moisture that would definitely fill this valley for the entire night until the sun, cooks it out in the morning. Well, this was where I was going to cowboy camp, but I'm back to the shelter that we were in last night, and those things are just fantastic to sleep in. Well, I'm back at this backpack campsite. I totally lost the trail. And I was thinking maybe this is a spur trail down to here, and it is. Oh my goodness. Oh, I think that's a tick. No, just some other bug. Woo! All right. So I've got to backtrack. Well, at least I saw the camp for quite a ways, actually. And then, yeah, it's a little spur trail, but it looks kind of long on the map. Well, I know what the spot looks like now, and so do you. Let's backtrack, just see if we can pick up the trail. Always an adventure. Okay, so what I'm doing is following the contours of this hillside. I've got Big Creek on the right and this really, really steep hillside on the left, which probably isn't going to show through the trees, and we're down here in this little gully kind of thing, which is the spur trail to the camp. Once I see this hillside on my left start to slope down, then I'll start looking for the main trail. Now we can see the hillside sloping down. Here's our trail in front of us. I think we're going all the way back to the feeder creek, to Big Creek. Now it's a bit of a trail. Found it. I never would have missed this coming from this direction, but I came from back there. So this is all on the opposite side of the tree. I've got to look behind me occasionally, I suppose. Now we begin that long uphill trek. This one looks steep. Yeah, a lot of breaks on this one. It's really fun though. We were just down there and we're headed up there. Still got a ways to go. Look, we can see the top. Yay. I'm almost there. And I'm back in cell reception. Jackie just texted me a picture of this iced coffee drink she's having while she's out on the patio reading a book. Life's kind of funny, you know? They both sound good, what she's doing and what I'm doing, to be honest with you. I like this. It's a good time. We made it to the third shelter, which I'm pretty sure is the end of the uphill. Woohoo! So I'm noticing a little pep in my step on the downhill. This is cruisy. That was a big day. That loop was way longer than I anticipated. Way more rugged too. That was wonderful though. Mudlick Hollow is really pretty. A lot of creek crossings. I was surprised. On the map it didn't look like you ever crossed the creek. I mean, it's not like a very detailed map. I'm beat. It's only 1:40. Oh, I feel so much later than that. That is amazing. 1:40. I don't know how many miles I did, and it doesn't show on the map. I guess I never really took a good break. Oh, and I didn't eat lunch. So you know what? I'm gonna dig that chair out, mix up some electrolytes, and have a snack. Enjoy the view. Just relax for the rest of the day. Good day. Got my electrolytes, got my snacks, all kinds of goodies. I'm gonna sit back and enjoy a well-earned rest. Life is good. It's 73 right now. That is crazy weather for February. All right, so it's a little early, but I'm really hungry. So I've tried this just a minute ago. Tonight's dinner is drunken noodles. It's really good. It's really bringing the heat too. Last night's dinner was a little spicy, but this one is really spicy. I tell you though, all the meals I've had on this trip so far, they're just banging. I'm really enjoying it. After dinner, I plan to make some bone broth, enjoy a cigar, while I stare out across the valley. Life's good. Okay, so I'm sitting here eating dinner, and I'm noticing the valley off to my right, which is the main part of the park and where my car is filling with smoke. And it's like happening really fast within just a few minutes. And I'm trying to smell it to see if it smells like a forest fire, because it's what it makes me think of. And I can't tell yet. But the haze, the smoky haze, is already starting to get to this area a little bit. I'll be honest with you, I'm not really sure what to do at this point, because I would have to be walking toward, if it is a fire, I'd have to walk towards the fire to get to my car. I've been in a forest fire once before in Mark Twain National Forest, and it was surprising how fast it spread. But at ground level, in that fire, we were able to stay below the smoke. I'm way up here, and I'm right in it already, I can tell. So, I don't know, that's a lot of smoke. I have to think about this, and I'll let you know what I decide. Okay, so I'm probably jumping the gun on this, but I'm going to err on the side of caution. The haze now is, actually you can see it through the trees all the way to the top of the mountain. And it definitely smells like wildfire smoke. So I'm going to take the Mudlick Trail back to the car. It shares the trailhead with the Shut-ins Trail, but it's got a much easier grade on it, so I can make better time. And I'm just going to hoof it back and probably not film any of this until I get to the car. So I forgot how pretty this trail is. This is the Mudlick hiking trail that goes up to Shelter 1, just like the Shut-ins Trail did. And if you ever want to take a hike up to spend the night in Shelter 1 and you don't want to deal with the steepness of coming off the Shut-ins Trail, this is definitely your better option. And actually, it's a lot prettier. I know I'm going to probably be disappointed that I left, but another guy showed up that was spending the night in the shelter too, and this way he won't have to listen to me snore all night. So still, the smoke's not too bad. It's really windy, and that's probably helping to blow the smoke through. It's definitely a wildfire. That you can tell the difference between the smell of that and something like, say, a building burning or something like that. Big difference. But I don't think it's right here in the park. I'm about halfway back to the car, I'm guessing. And the smoke's not getting any thicker. So it's a little bit farther upwind up the valley, it looks like. I'm curious to see if I can find out something on this later. I tried to look to see if I could get any information on it before I left, and there was nothing out there, but maybe tomorrow. We'll see. All right, I'm at the cabin. It's almost back to the car. I lost sight of the Big Creek Valley a while ago. Still smell the smoke. That could be on me, I don't know. But everything here is nice and quiet. I like that. Who knows? This may have been for nothing, but I don't know, like I said, I was caught in a wildfire 20-something years ago up at Mark Twain National Forest. I never want to repeat that experience. So it was pretty tense. So anyway, better safe than sorry. I know it's a woods fire somewhere, that's for sure. I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye. Thanks for coming along. See you on the next one. Hello there. So this is a couple of days later, back at home, and I just spoke to someone at the park office, and there was a wildfire there, and it was north of the park, and that's what filled that valley full of smoke. They said it was fairly large, but they were able to get it extinguished before it hit the park. So I'm going to say I probably did the right thing. Anyway, just I guess, erring on the side of caution. And that's it. At least there was a legitimate fire, and I feel a little bit better about ending my trip early. That's it. Thank you very much. I appreciate everybody watching. See you.